Going to talk about this OSI model, and OSI stands for Open Systems Interconnection, and this was proposed by ISO. ISO stands for International of Standards and Organization. So their main aim is to establish communication between the different systems. In the olden days, if you buy a CPU or any computer peripherals from one company, suppose say Dell, and you need to sorry, IBM. In the olden days, there is no Dell or HP. Okay, if you say you want to buy computer from IBM, then you need to buy the monitor and speakers and everything from the IBM only, because there is no compatibility between different devices, and that's why even in the network there is no compatibility between the computers. That's why these ISO guys have proposed this model, and this is only theoretical model, but this is the heart of the networking. This model is divided into 7 layers, and each layer is like a stack of 7 layers, and each layer performs its own task. So these layers perform some task, and each layer adds its own header to the data, thus enabling encapsulation. So what this means is the layer passes its data to the next layer, and that next layer does not know about this data. It simply adds its own header and then send to the next layer, and so on. Thus each layer does not know what data is in there from the previous layer. So let's see all these 7 layers. So as you can see, from top to bottom, these are 7 layers, but we will consider from bottom to top. That is, first one is physical layer, data link layer, and network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. So you need to consider from bottom to top. This is layer 1, layer 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So since you are learning this OSI model, I have mentioned the names, but in general, when you are going for interviews, you do not mention the layer name, because the HR will think that you recently learned this layer names. That's why you are mentioning the layer name. Always mention the layer number. So this is layer 1, 2, 3. So if you want to mention transport layer, mention the layer 4. So in that case, the HR comes to know that you have some better understanding at these layers. Do not mention the layer names near the HRs or any interviews. Okay, coming to the first layer, this is layer 1, physical layer. This physical layer consists of the wires, cables, and low level network devices, and hubs comes into this physical layer, and this physical layer deals all with the transmission of bits. So in wires, the data will be sent as a bits, zeros and ones. And coming to this layer, layer 2 is the data link layer. So at this layer, the switches operate at this layer. The switches transfer the data from one computer to another computer based on the MAC address, and these switches holds the MAC address table of these computers, and then transfer the data from one computer to another computer based on the MAC addresses, I mean destination MAC addresses. So the main important thing you need to know about this layer 2 is switches perform at this layer. And coming to the layer 3, it is network layer, and at this layer routers perform, but in general routers perform all the tasks up to these 3 layers, but generally it is mentioned that routers operate at this layer, and routers are responsible for assigning the IP address on computer and doing some other network address translations and port address translations to maintain the IP addresses to not to exceed the IP address, private IP address limit. So we will talk about this NAT and bridged in a separate video. So only routers may work at this network layer, and the next is transport layer. This layer defines how your data should be sent to the source to destination, and we need to implement 2 protocols as a TCP or UDP. These are the main 2 transport protocols, and we will see about this TCP and UDP separate video. And this transport layer also assign the port numbers. So if you want to send it to a computer to particular service, there will be a port number, and on that port number the service will be running on. So this transport layer assigns that which protocol to send and also the port number to send. This session layer will initiate the session from these variables, right? So it makes sure that we are connecting to the right destination or not. And layer 6 is presentation layer. So in what format we should send the data such that the destination could understand. So either in a HTML or PDF or any other format. And the application layer, this is the layer 7, and these are the normal applications running on the user's end, like browser or any user application. So what this does is, these are the applications, and these applications also run some high level protocols like HTTP and HTTPS and so on. We will be seeing the protocols later, but one way to easy to remember are these layer names is, okay, just remember these words: please do not throw sausage pizza away. And if you consider the starting words, you can see P for physical layer, D for data link layer, N for network layer, T for transport layer, S for session, and P for presentation, and A for application. So there are so many examples like this, but this is like most famous one: please do not throw sausage pizza away. And this is like stack of the 7 layers of the OSI model. And I want to show you another slide, that is, consider this as the source and this as the destination, right? From the source, I have the browser application, and I want to, or any user application, I want to send the data from this computer to this computer. So what this application layer does is, it will send this data to presentation layer. So this presentation layer adds its own header, and it will send the whole data to this session layer, which contains this presentation header. And this session in turn adds its own header and sends it to transport layer. So by this way, at the end you will get all the headers, including all these layers respective headers. And after this physical layer, the data is converted into bits and transferred to the destination. At the destination address, the data contain every headers of these layers, and what this each layer does is, it will identify its data link header and it will remove that, and it will pass the remaining data to the upper layer. This is a network layer, and then this in turn identify the network header, and it will removes and send the data to the upper layers. In the same way, the data is encapsulated by headers and then decapsulated at the destination side, and the original data is sent to the application. So in this case, this layers does not understand the actual data, it just encapsulates the whole data and send to the below layer. So next one we are going to talk about is TCP IP model. The OSI model we have talked up to now is just a theoretical model, and it does not, they did not implement that one. It is very tough to implement that one. That's why they have did some modifications, and in 1960s or 70s, I particularly don't know exactly. So this model was introduced. What they did is, they have merged some layers and defined these 4 layers. First one is link layer, layer 1. This link layer contains data link layer and physical layer. So they have merged the physical and data link layer, and normally switches, hubs work at this layer. And the network layer is network layer, similar layer, and transport layer is also transport layer. And one important notice you can see is this application layer, there is no session and presentation, because they have believed that the application itself can present the data, I mean format the data into specific format, and then application itself can initiate a connection, right? So suppose if you say browser, in your browser you will send the HTML or request the HTML file from the server, and even you are initiating the connection using the browser, right? That is perform the session layer, and the browser is able to decode the HTML, and it is showing you in a neat format of the HTML format. So application itself is doing some presenting work for you, formatting work for you. So, and also application layer includes the application itself and also protocols associated with that application. So since applications, modern applications are doing these tasks, they have merged those three layers into application layer. So this is the practical model we are using right now, and the OSM model is only theoretical model.